Ari here with Authentically Ari. Wanted to jump on here and talk today about connection. How to connect with others, why it's important to connect with others, how to deepen our connection with others, and in turn, our connection with ourselves. And this applies to anyone that's a human and wants to connect. So whether this be connecting to your coworkers at work, connecting to fellow students, if you're a mother, you want to connect with your child, connection is the name of the game, and I'm here to give you some tips. Just a reminder, my name is Authentically Ari. I come out with new videos every Wednesday. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. You don't want to miss my stuff, and I look forward to hearing some of your feedback. So let's jump right in. Connection. What is connection? And why is it so important? Why do we care? Connection is what makes this world go round. Connection with fellow human beings is, I think, all of our purposes here on this earth. Deepening our connection is what gives us a sense of purpose, a sense of place, a sense of oneness in this life. If we don't drop into that sense of oneness on this earth, that disconnection or that false sense of reality will not ever bring you any joy. When we feel connected with others, we don't feel alone. We don't feel unworthy or unloved. And I come to you with this topic because I have felt a deep sense of loneliness in my own life. Quick story time here. I transferred from a private school in 8th grade into public school in high school, 9th grade. I did not know a single person. And I went from a 50-something private school class to a 800-something public school class. This was the first year of high school. I had jumped in there alone. When you're thrown into that first day of school, it's hard. It is rough. You are looking for any kind of connection. When you can't find that, and when it's not coming to you easily, and you see all of these other kids with previous friendships from middle school, you see people clicking up, and it was sad. I remember eating in the bathroom alone, lots of different lunches. I would eat alone. I would walk home alone. I was alone a lot. I learned a lot about myself, and I learned a lot about others from just observing and witnessing how others acted. I witnessed other kids not being inclusive, and it's no fault to them. No one knew who I was. There's 800 kids in the class. I have a soft spot for connection and helping others because I had to learn from ground zero how to do it myself. Little by little in high school, I ended up joining the track team, joined the swim team, met friends in different classes, hung on the sidelines and kind of observed and tried to see where I really fit in. Looking back now, I have amazing friends from high school, and I'm so grateful that things fell into place. But it's a rocky time for a lot of people. So I just wanted to throw that story in there, give myself some cred, because I know that this is not easy. I'm here for you. I know I brought up high school, but this applies to all aspects of life. So let's jump right into it. So the first tip I have for you guys is to see yourself in others. So put yourself in another's shoes. Another way of saying that would be the golden rule: treat others the way you would want to be treated. I think this is pretty self-explanatory here, but let's say you have been working at a company for a couple years now. They had just hired on a bunch of new staff members, and so you have a bunch of new colleagues in your office. You see that one of them is struggling. There's two options here. You can say, I had to struggle. I had to learn the hard way too. I'm going to let them figure it out. Or if you see that they are needing assistance, if you see that they are lacking connection, if you feel it, and if you were to put yourself in their shoes, what would you need in that moment? How can you be there for that person? How would you want to be treated? So that's number one, is really taking a step back, putting yourself in their shoes, genuinely listening, genuinely observe and help. I know we all need different things, and maybe someone may want help, but maybe another person wouldn't. Either way, you should jump right in and put yourself in their shoes. Whether you take action or not, that's the first step to connection, is looking and treating people the way you want to be treated. Approach every situation with love, and true connection will form from that place. When you're entering a situation and you're wanting to connect with people, I think the first thing you should do is be a detached observer. So whether you're entering a classroom, you're entering your office, a business meeting, you're at a store, observe, look around. And when I say detached observer, that means keep the emotions aside. Don't dive too deep into anything when you're observing. Just briefly look around. What do you notice? What do you see about others in the room? Oh, I like her blouse. Oh, I have those shoes. I noticed she has a keychain. Oh, my son goes to that school, etc. Look around. Everyone that you meet in life, they're all dealing with the same stuff we're dealing with. They're all pooping, they're all peeing. Sorry, but it's true. Everyone's doing the same shit. Everyone's doing the same stuff. We're all living this life in whatever way we choose to, but we're all doing it. So when it comes to approaching others or starting conversations, just know that that's what's happening. Everyone has mental chatter. Everyone is thinking about X, Y, Z. There's a lot going on. And we all are roaming around, as sad as it is, projecting onto others. And we all have our own stories, and they're all bouncing off of each other's stories. But as long as we approach situations knowing that, and knowing that we're all one here, just getting by, you can really approach people and conversations in a genuine way. I'm probably an oversharer, but if I'm tired or if I'm feeling anxious or I'm exhausted and someone asks how I am, I share. And that's the thing, is I connect with people quickly and easily because I am genuinely being me in that moment. Of course, I don't share too much, but I do genuinely share. The number one thing is I don't find or see separation in others. I don't see a separation between myself and X person. I see us all one on this earth, which I know is a crazy concept and hard to really come at when you're coming from a individual realm that you've been living for so long. But the ego has trained us to stay in that individual place, whereas our soul is always in that one state, in that oneness, in that wholeness. So your ego is gonna try and make you believe that you're separate and you're different from this person, but you don't have to listen to all the thoughts that come up in your head. Train your mind to believe that you are one with this person. So you will find at times in life that it is hard to connect with people. Make no mistake, that is true. It is hard to connect with some people, and that's okay too. You don't need to judge it, just leave it. You know, some people are blocked or don't want to be connected with, working on their own shadows, and that's their business. That's the beautiful thing with life, is when you're aligned and you're seated in your soul and living authentically, you are going to naturally vibrate and connect with the right people. It's a magnet. You are magnetic in those states. So the right people will come into your life and those connections will be easy. It's okay if you don't connect with everyone. That is okay. Now let's talk small talk. Do we like small talk? Do we not like small talk? I would say there's no problem with small talk. If that will lead you to big talk, then do it. If that's the baby steps you need to do, then do it. Small talk gets such a bad rap, but small talk is what leads to deep talks. So if that means talking about the weather or talking about something superficial, that's fine. Get to know people. Don't judge the talks that you have. Just let them be, let them flow. Connection will flow from there. then you can really get into deeper talks. Then you can really see, oh, who is this human? How do we relate to each other? Breathe into the small talks. Embrace the small talks. And yeah, there are some people that just don't want to be bothered, and that's okay too. Let's talk body language and your own self-talk. So when you're wanting to connect with others, people will read your body language. Make sure that you're not crossing your arms. Any sort of body language that closes you off, people will read that. And whether you know it or not, that is going to physically prevent people from approaching you. Body language is crucial. And you don't need to be smiling at people like a crazy person. You can smile with your eyes. Pay attention to that. And then positive self-talk. So in order to connect with others, I know that a ton of stuff is going to pop up in your head. Your own mental self-talk is what's stopping you from most things in life, like it has for me. We got to push that shit aside. The thoughts that come up for you in your head are not real. They are meant to protect you from danger, but we're not in danger. We are not. And if you listen to those thoughts that come up, you will never, ever get anywhere in life because they are not there to help you succeed. They aren't. You gotta ignore them. So if you want to approach someone and just chat and something in your head comes up that says, no, they're gonna judge me. No, they're gonna judge me. That is not your gut telling you they're gonna judge you. That is your fear. Your intuitive guidance comes at you in silence, and it comes at you very calmly. It does not come at you in a very fearful state. It is a little whisper, and that whisper you should listen to, but it is not a fearful whisper. Unless you're in a situation where there is danger, I think you should listen to those fearful whispers. But when it comes to communicating with others and approaching people and saying things that you're nervous about saying, you gotta get over whatever your head is telling you not to say. You gotta get over that, because getting that stuff out will push the needle for you in life. You will move mountains when you're able to really get over that chatter in your head. It helped me a ton. You kind of just need to rip the Band-Aid off. You might have some awkward conversations along the way, but ripping that Band-Aid off and just chatting with someone can bring so much to your life. I have found many of my jobs in the past from just chatting and connecting with others. It is extremely valuable to open yourself up for conversation, getting to know people, putting yourself out there, being vulnerable. That is how opportunities come into your life. And I don't want your negative self-talk and limiting beliefs to prevent you from those opportunities. So chat. Obviously, don't say anything inappropriate, but I think you know what you're doing. Trust yourself. So my challenge for you is to, number one, remember that we are all one. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Number two, be the detached observer. Look around, observe situations without judgment, without emotion, before you connect, and really see what comes up and follow that. Number three, pay attention to your body language. We don't want to come off closed off in any form. Number four is watch that negative self-talk. Don't let your mind control your life. Let your heart control your life. I promise it will lead you where you need to be. So get out of the way. You got this.